The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray, feeling good, Lewis. We are going to start out today, as usual, looking at the German DAX and the FTSE. As you can see, both of these are still in downtrends. The FTSE much greater on the downside than we have in the DAX, but that's because they're different countries, boys and girls, believe it or not. Now, if you remember, we covered our short euro the other day at 1760, and today we're having a really nice rally of about 120 points. And so if you're still bearish the euro, right now is the time to do it, boys and girls. So that's what I'm looking at early this morning. Now, I would like to share with you a chart sent to us by, and I don't know what it means, but why did I bring this chart up? Wow. Oh, I know what it is. It's, hold on just a second. Let's get this going here. This is a chart from Rich Anderson, but it's Goldman Sachs forecast that the earnings are going to be going up into the fourth quarter of next year. So that probably means that the coronavirus is on its way out, but with all the sports things opening up with football and some of the other things, it's going to be really interesting what happens with some of these things over these next few weeks. Of course, that's going to be really interesting, because I really don't think that this is, we've only had the number of people that have died, and anything is bad that dies, but there's been a very small percentage, but who knows. I wanted to discuss a trade that I did yesterday for the 24/7. Folks, we've had a heck of a run here, and we've had, I just want to show you one that we had that just was very, very frustrating. Let's get this up here and take a look at it. Here's what I was looking at yesterday. I've had several people ask me about this, but you'll notice at the top that we made up here, we talked about that. We had the breakdown. We had the first 382 retracement came in at 34.90. We went all the way down to 32.90, and then we rallied up. And the number yesterday was 34.07 on the 382. And I said, well, we might as well try it there at 34.07 and risk 6 points, which is $300. Well, $300 in a $160,000 contract is not very much. So that's why the risk was very, very small. Of course, a few minutes after I put this on, some news came out, and it pushed the market up to 34.24, and that stopped me out. And I said, well, that's neither here nor there, so I have to move on to the next one. But the reason why I want to bring this to your attention is the NASDAQ never made the 382, folks. I mean, it missed it by a lot. So I think it's important to remember that this NASDAQ, which had been the leader, is certainly not looking very good at all. That's the way it looks. And remember, the leader of the pack, it's not the biggest thing in the Dow anymore, but it's still pretty big, and that's the Apple. And if we take a look at Apple here, you'll see here that we made the 382 in Apple. Then we came down, made the ABCD double bottom. You notice how I took out the stops of the previous day by about $1. This happens all the time because that's where people put their stops, right beyond the previous highs or lows. And if it's completing a pattern at that time, that's why it's happening. And there's the ABCD right to the downside. But look at Apple yesterday with the NASDAQ up. I think, 500 points. It couldn't even go back to the 382 level, folks. That's really bearish in Apple. So I think, that's giving you a lot of information, but that's what I think it is. That's just my assumption that that's what's going to happen. But it's not acting that bullish to me. We just made a 61% retracement on the shorter term here at 34.08. And as long as we don't get above 34.8, I believe that we have a situation getting ready to go lower. David White is just telling us that Apple has its new iPhone, I guess, coming out here. The release is on Tuesday. next Tuesday. So that I'll tell you, with all the cult that they have in that apple, you got to be very careful. But it's not acting bullish right now. But that could certainly change in a heartbeat. But I just have to tell you, folks, when the Nasdaq has the biggest drop ever, down 10%, you have to pay attention to that, folks. It's historical, and so you really need to pay attention. That's basically what we're looking at. They're saying that it's $1,200 for the phone. Are you kidding me? Folks, when I bought my first car, a 1949 Mercury, it was only $400. Of course, that was back when Hector was a pup, and that dog's near on 26 years old now. When was that? That was 1958 that I bought that car. Okay, let's move on here to talk about one other one that was really good and is finishing up this morning, and we are reversing. In fact, we just did get this gold chart up here. We talked a little bit about that. I said a video on this, but hold on just one second. Here's the gold. This is a 30-minute chart. Look at the low yesterday, exactly 61% retracement. ABCD Gartley there at 1926, and they run up today. And what we do, make another Gartley at the 618 retracement at 1965. So you want to be out of that one. That's a $40 move in gold. And it's a $40 move up, and now we're getting ready. In fact, we just went short at 1966, got out of the longs, went short, and now we're going to stop at 1972 in the gold. If it gets above that, then we certainly don't want it. But right now, it's doing exactly what we want on the short side after doing exactly what we want on a long time. It doesn't happen this way very often, but when it does, it really is nice to do it. Now, this is the same type of pattern that I was doing in the S&P, but the S&P one didn't work. And why did that happen? Folks, I have no clue, and I forget about it just as soon as I finish the trade because I don't know. It doesn't make any difference. And so all I do is just go to the next pattern, and that's really what I'm trying to do. There's not much difference. There's one other one here that's very, very important, but we'll cover it after the break. It's natural gas, because it is really setting up here as a really nice pattern coming up, and we'll be able to look at that. And also, we're going to have another guest next in the next few weeks, Ernie Quigley. Ernie's been a friend of mine. He's a student from 30 years ago. Over in Southern California, and he was in real estate for a while. He was again an aficionado, and he is calling for a 2-year bull market in soybeans and corn based on some of the cycles that he has. And there's a big report coming up this week, so we want to pay attention to that. But Ernie has a service, it's called Harmonic something, but I can't remember exactly. But I will be contacting him, and he'll be our guest quite soon. But a very nice fellow too. He's been over to visit me here several times here in Tucson over the years. All right. Someone had a question about how do I start my day? Well, take a break and I'll get back and I'll tell you that. 877-927-6648.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, we're back, folks. And someone asked the question, how do I start my day? I'm usually up by 4 in the morning. I go to bed usually around 10. And sometimes I get up in the middle of the night because God wants me to move around the house a little bit. But I prepare my day at 4 o'clock in the morning. I basically start out looking at my platform of 8 charts. Those are the things that I'm following the most closely. We're looking at the euro, the gold, the S&P, Treasury bonds, and I watch NASDAQ even though I don't trade it because it's got so much stuff to move the market. Natural gas is one that I'm watching closely. Crude oil, which acted beautifully, by the way, yesterday. We had a perfect 61% retracement in crude oil at 38.37, and now we're trading about $1 a barrel lower than that. So that one's certainly lined up. And also, where are we at here? Oh, I'm just noticing here we got out of our long gold at 66, and we almost got stopped out. So we've got to stop there at 73 in the long gold, or the short gold, after taking about $44 out of it. So, and the last one, of course, is the British Crown. So those are the ones that I'm looking at. I watch them on 15-minute charts, and then all I have to do to pull them up is to see them on the daily or the hourly. Oh, one other thing that's important here, I haven't made a note, and that is Basil Chapman's having a show on Wednesday, an all-day thing, and if you want to see a real professional, do his thing all day, I would certainly highly recommend that. Basil's been, one of the formats here of TFNN for many, many years, and he certainly does a great deal of great work. And if you want to see how he does his day, you'll be able to do it. But here's one that I'm watching here very, very closely, folks, and that is here in the natural gas. This has been very good to us on the long side. When we got up to that 270 level, there was a 3 drive to a top pattern that I just posted. And now what we're doing is we're making a 382 correction from way back in late August. And that's only a couple of weeks ago, but boy, does it look nice. It's trading at 235 right now. We need it to get down to about 232. The low that we made just yesterday was at 232.80, and I believe we still have. Let me get this chart up to take a look at it, because it is really an interesting one here. You'll put it up here. You'll be able to see the 382 there very clearly. You can see the ABCD top. That was a 3 drive to a top pattern we had at the 275 level, and now we've come down about 40 handles. 40 handles, and we're looking at 232. That would take out the low of yesterday. This is what we'd like to see, and that would complete the perfect ABCD pattern, all right? And it would also be at the exact 382. Now, the $64 question is, how do I know that it's going to stop at the 382? And boys and girls, I have no idea. So, like, I thought gold was going to stop at 66, and it certainly hasn't done that. So we'll see how it's going here, because very, very interesting here in this natural gas. It's got a chance to really go. Let's look at this a larger time frame. Here, I want to show you this in natural gas, because this is what it can do. And let's watch it here on the long-term chart here, so we can see it. I don't look at weeklies very often, but this is just to give you an example of what could happen here in the natural gas, because it's got a chance. You know, the old high back here was at 49, and if you just did a 61% retracement on this, that would take you to 36. Folks, that's a lot. That's 13 large. That's $13,000. So there's a big potential possibly here in this natural gas. So I think that it's worthy of taking a look at it. Now, yesterday I made a comment that we want to be looking for a place to get short soybeans and also the corn here for a move down to the downside. Well, we've got a report today, Tuesday at 10 o'clock, and so, you know, today, I'm sorry, boys and girls. The report is today, I believe. Let me double check with Mr. Z here. I believe it is, it's Friday at 12 o'clock. So it's tomorrow. And next week, what I'll be looking for is a pullback in the grains to get short and get ready to go long, because there's a real strong possibility that many of these commodities have already turned. Look how much the hogs are up, folks, from the 45 level that we talked about when Mr. Z was incredibly bullish back there in the hogs. You know, they've rallied over 20 cents a pound, you know, and also the cattle rallied over 40 cents a pound. So those are big moves. So we'll try to keep an eye on some of these and see if they move. Okay. All right. Hold on a second. Someone's saying that silver's getting some action this morning. Well, that's good to hear. Okay. Now, someone just dropped what happens if this gold trade doesn't work? Heck, a lot of them don't work, folks. All I'm saying is that 61% retracement came in at 1966, and a lot of people are looking at that, and if people buy it above that and it goes higher, you know, there's nothing else you can do about it. You know, that's what these patterns are about. They're about risk control. Not any more than that. Nothing more, nothing less. So that's the key to, you know, what you're looking at. When you're trading gold, you've got to risk about $8, which is $800, because you're looking at a contract that's worth $197,000. So on a percent basis, that's very, very small. So that's neither here nor there. Okay. All right. We've got one other thing that we needed to cover here. Let me get it up here for 1 second here. And that is, give me 1 second, and we'll get over here to this, and then we'll be able to see it. I already covered the Apple. Someone asked me about the Tesla, and I hate to do this because it's in these doggone split stocks, and you get these crazy looking charts. Yeah, I can't really do anything with Tesla because of the split. You know, this is really you can see that it's had a big drop, but with that split, it just really screws everything up. Sorry, folks. That's one of the reasons why I don't do stocks, because of the split. But you can see it had a huge break. I think it split 5 for 1. Yeah, 5 for 1, and Apple split 4 for 1. So not really sure here. All right, let's move on to the next question that someone had. I already answered that one. Okay, it's 877-927-6648 if you have any questions. Hopefully we're going to have Stan Harley as our guest here at the break, which is always very interesting. And as you know, Stan turned bearish a few weeks ago, and we wanted to get him back on the air to see what see what he's looking at. But frankly, folks, if you stop and think just a minute, when something happens like what happened in the NASDAQ, dropping 10%, which was the biggest drop ever in the quickest, shortest period of time, and we have all of those cycles coming together that Stan Harley talked about. And I think if you look at this is pretty reminiscent of what happened. So we'll be able to see what's going on here. Okay, there we go. All right. There we go. You can see that somewhere in this area we'll be looking for a major top, and that's pretty close to what happened, and you got to pay attention. 877-927-6648.
Larry Pesavento watches the markets 24/7, and now is a great time to try out his daily trading service, Fibonacci 24/7. Larry publishes videos and charts for subscribers throughout the week when warranted, and every weekend he puts out a thorough report covering worldwide markets, futures, commodities, and currencies with Fibonacci retracement levels, possible trading setups and zones, and stops and targets for all recommendations included. Larry applies the principles he's developed over decades of trading while analyzing a variety of markets for subscribers. To see for yourself the types of videos, charts, and analysis that Larry provides for his subscribers, sign up for Fibonacci 24/7 today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. You'll also gain instant access to Larry's archived subscriber webinar from earlier this year. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today. If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks, and we're having some technical difficulties coming out of New Jersey, where Stan happens to be. But let's just take a look at some of these commodities, folks, that we've been watching. Here is the first one, because this was the one that was what we thought was very, very easy. But look at the crude oil, folks, right up to the 61% retracement there at 43.87. Folks, that was to the exact tick, and it hit it twice. I mean, if you don't believe in Fibonacci numbers, that one ought to really, at least light up to the sign anyway, and we've broken all the way down to the 36 level. We rallied up to the 61% retracement last night at 38.37, and now we're trading about $1 a barrel lower. It looks like we're headed towards $30 a barrel. And that's a long way from where we were in April when we hit $6 a barrel. That's when we went negative in the May contract, if you remember, with that fellow from Singapore that had his problems with the markets. But there's been a couple of really big moves here that the folks here at the TFNN, I don't trade coffee, but the folks have really had a huge move here in the coffee market. You can see how the bottom was made. We had a beautiful ABCD bottom, and it stayed there at the point D all during June and July, folks. And then, of course, we had the higher bottoms coming in here. And once we went above the old high at 104, that's when it really took off. And we went up, we pulled back to a 382 retracement, and bada bing, bada boom, you can see what's happening now. We're up here at this 136 level where the market is extremely oversold. And if you look at it really closely, you can see the 3 drive to a top pattern forming in the coffee. So this is not the time to be getting long coffee, folks. This is the time, to be getting short coffee. You have a 3 drive to a top pattern. It's very, very symmetrical. And you're still in a major downtrend if you want to look at the long-term weekly, because we're still below 142. But if you get a pullback in this is what I would be looking at, is to watch the pullback, because you can see that 382 support. Now, what you would want to do is you take that major support that was there and you do the calculations to the upside, which is basically 20 cents a pound, okay? And so you want to see, okay, if it goes from 114 up to 136, and it pulls back, the pullback should come in at around 124, another 382 retracement, and that would probably be a good buy in the coffee. But we're going to be following this one. Even though we don't trade it, we will be following it for the folks here in the den that do, because this is a time where you want to be watching coffee to take profits. This is certainly not a time to be adding. The time to add was when you were at the 382 support, and the reason why is look at the big up move that you had, and then you had the slight pullback to the downside. If you reverse this on the short side, this is exactly what we have going on in the S&P. I don't know. Was someone saying, is the S&P going to test yesterday's high? It certainly could. But, the NASDAQ hasn't even made the 382 yet. It's got another 80 points to go, to see that. Now, here's another one. We'll take a look at another one here that's quite interesting. And that is, so sorry, boys and girls, I just lost the coffee chart, and I'm back up to where I want to be here. And here is the, you'll notice here, we've had a 3 drive to a top pattern here in the cotton at 66. It's already started to back off. And here again, we've had a really nice run from the March 23rd low. Look at the beautiful ABCD patterns all the way up. And you pull down, you want to be watching it at a 382 retracement at about $60 a pound. Now, folks, look at the move that we've had in the hogs from 46 to 60, folks. That's a huge move, and you can see the ABCD pattern that's forming now. And you'll notice here, I just got knocked out of testing here. 1, 2, 3.
Larry Pesavento watches the markets 24/7, and now is a great time to try out his daily trading service, Fibonacci 24/7. Larry publishes videos and charts for subscribers throughout the week when warranted, and every weekend he puts out a thorough report covering worldwide markets, futures, commodities, and currencies with Fibonacci retracement levels, possible trading setups and zones, and stops and targets for all recommendations included. Larry applies the principles he's developed over decades of trading while analyzing a variety of markets for subscribers. To see for yourself the types of videos, charts, and analysis that Larry provides for his subscribers, sign up for Fibonacci 24/7 today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. You'll also gain instant access to Larry's archived subscriber webinar from earlier this year. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today. If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metal sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
The Bull Bear Trading Hour with Tom and Tommy O'Brien. Next.
I don't know if you can hear me or not because I've been knocked out of the den for some reason. I'm having some technical difficulties here this morning, but I just posted a chart of the NASDAQ, folks. And the reason why I posted it is you'll not believe this, but I have a little alert system called a price alert. And when that hits, it tells me that something really amazing is happening. So what we're seeing here in the NASDAQ here at 11,516 is the fact that the NASDAQ didn't post. Thank you very much, Mr. Bill. Let's get it up here. That's as near as I can have it right now at 11,516. The 38% retracement has just been met. Now, we've made the 38% retracement in the S&P at 3409, and now we've made it in the NASDAQ. So this is a two-day rally in the NASDAQ at the 38% retracement, and I don't know if it's going to stop here or not because we're just opened, and that's the most critical time of the day. But if we start weakening, folks, after a 382 retracement, that's not going to be very bullish to the market because that historical move down at NASDAQ, 10% in a matter of 4 days really means something because it's never happened before. And the reason why it's important is because certain things happen, in the market, with the market feedback that you're getting you. Many years ago when I was at Drexel Burnham, Drexel had a customer there. I had part of his business, but his name was Morgan Maxfield. He was an optician, optician, but he was from Kansas City, and he was an expert at figuring out what the Fed was going to do. He had some very, very famous clients, one of which was none other than the king himself, Elvis Presley, and a whole bunch of others, and he happened to bond very closely to Jim Twentyman. Well, Morgan wrote a little book called They Do Ring a Bell, and that was referring to what the Federal Reserve was going to do. This was back in 1976 and 77, folks. In about 1982 or 83, Morgan was in his jet plane coming into, I believe, Las Vegas, and he had some real problems. The plane crashed, and he was killed, I believe, at the age of about 43 or 44. A real smart guy and a super nice fellow. But that little thing that he talked about is they do ring a bell, and I think about it every time that the alert goes off because I got it like ringing like a bell. I think of him because he said when you see these things happen, it's see what's going. Now we've had a request from Bob to take a look at the euro. Folks, the euro to me up here at this I think it's 108.80 or something like that. It was a sale. Let's see where it is right now. Let's see where we got here. It's at 109. Well, let's see, the 61% retracement. We covered all of our shorts at 107.60, folks, and I said to put them back out. The 61% retracement in the euro, let's get it up here so you folks can take a quick look at it, comes in at 109, 119.15, so we're 15 pips away. We reshorted this, of course, at 108.30. So we got stopped out. I just realized that once it went above 108.60, folks, those old highs, we should have been ready to do it. But unfortunately, I was doing all of my work in gold this morning, and I missed the fact that we ought to re-enter that euro up there at the 119.50 level is what I would do, because I think that it's still, we got a chance here to have a big move to the downside. We'll put up the daily here. Well, I'll tell you, this daily doesn't look very bearish when you look at it from. This is why we covered that short, because it was such a perfect ABCD down there at 117.60. So we're almost at the 61% retracement, folks, at the 119.12 level, 119.15. So that's where you want to, make your effort. Now look at the top here, folks. The 3 drive to a top pattern. You'll notice that was a 1.618 expansion at 120.17. The high was 120.17. And then we pulled down over the next 6 days. We came right down with a double ABCD pattern at 117.60. I think we talked about this here in the den here for quite a few times. Let's just post it again so you can see it. And there you go. Okay. By the way, folks, I do want to remind you to try to get to listen to Basil. He's a real expert. He's going to be on next Wednesday, and he'll show you what he does. And what you can do is compare it with what I do, and then you'll see how many things. He's a really smart dude, folks. He's got some really great stuff, so I highly recommend it. Someone's asked me a question about the euro. The price of the euro, folks, is 119.15. You don't have to risk more than 30 pips. From that level, if you're watching it. So let's pay attention to what we're watching here. Okay, let's move on to the next one here. I want to get some of these futures out of the way here, because we've had such a big move here in some of these things that it's really important. And we've got one that is getting ready to be bought. And here is the you'll see here the retracement that we had on the upside is completed, and now we're pulling down to a really good support area in the live cattle. And you'll notice we're down about 2 weeks. And if you go back and look at the move that we had in May to June, it was a 38% retracement. We could see 0.42, ABCD, perfect Gartley there. Mr. Z was yelling and screaming by the cattle at that time when they went from 98 all the way up to 111, which was really near the 78% level. Nice little 3 drive to a top pattern. And now we're getting very close to being to see the cattle get ready to rally, I believe, from this 102 level. We're trading at 104 right now, I believe. And so we're going to see if that lines up. But it's all lining up pretty good. And these are all bullish charts that we're seeing in some of these stuff. So pay close attention to that. I already did the euro. I just did a whole thing on the euro. I don't know. Maybe you didn't hear it, but the sell of the euro is at 119.12, and we're at 119.05. So we're right up here where if you're bearish the euro, this is the time you want to be looking at it. That's what I see. I don't know any. Okay, all right. Anyway, move on to the next one here. We want to talk about the one that's yes, the hogs are looking great. I mean, this is I think here's the hogs. They should be getting it. Since we're talking about, oh, shucks. Hold on just a second here. I get knocked out of these darn things. Here we go. Let me know if the hogs have hit 62, folks, because 62 is the ABCD and the October hogs. Look at the 382 retracement that we had last week, folks. I even highlighted it with that dark black line showing you the 382 retracement. I mean, that's and then you come out of there like a rocket. Well, that's what these patterns do, is they telegraph where they're going to go. Now, they don't always work, okay? So we'll see. What's the last price of the hogs? Somebody, I think, David White, Sui. Anybody that's from the Midwest or the South would certainly know the old hog call for what they sound like, as they are really noisy little animals. Can someone please give me the last price of October hogs so we can see if we hit that 62 level? I don't believe we have, because I haven't heard the limit winder go off yet. I'll have to check it myself here, because no one's helping me this morning, so I have to do it myself.
back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, folks, we talked about the NASDAQ making a 382 retracement there at 115.40. We've dropped about 70 handles since that happened, which was only about 10 minutes ago. So as long as you don't get above 11,540 in the NASDAQ, it's certainly going to look a little bit bearish. It's trading at 1,490 right now. The S&P went up to that level, very important 61% retracement at 34.09. We're trading at 34.08. So those are the key numbers, to be watching here this morning. And also the euro just made the 119.12 level, folks. That was a 61% retracement. We're now trading at 119.05. So those are a few of the ones that we're watching. Regarding the natural gas, folks, we have a report today in natural gas. The natural gas that I follow right now, I'm looking at the October contract, trading at 2.356. The number you want to be watching for is 2.31. And you got to put a stop in of about $600 there. So it's pretty active, but boy, it really trades well. It has a potential of 3.6. So you're looking at a potential of possible $10,000 move in the natural gas, and you're going to have to risk about $600, to see that. Now, one of the questions that just popped up is about the gold, the fact that it's above 1966. If we go much above 1974, it's probably going to extend up, but it's in an area where it should be it should be getting ready to be sold because there's a big ABCD up here. That doesn't mean that it's not going to work, but that's what we're watching. So pay close attention to some of these numbers, folks. They don't always work, but when they do, they work extremely well, and that's the key to what you're looking at. It's all about observation and trying to get market feedback of what the markets are going to do. And with that big move down to the NASDAQ, folks, that really does mean something. And I do believe these FANG stocks will probably start to lead it down, but, who knows? We live in a different environment because of what the Fed is doing.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates to my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
TFNN has developed a daily programming lineup for traders by traders. We start every trading day live at 8:30 a.m. with Tommy O'Brien hosting the morning market kickoff as he starts the day off by breaking down everything you need to know about what's going on for the trading day ahead. At 9 a.m., Larry Pesavento takes your calls and questions live on the air for the opening bell as he hosts Trade What You See. At 10 a.m., Tom and Tommy O'Brien host the Bull Bear Trading Hour. At 11 a.m., it's Kevin Hinks and Alex Coffey from TD Ameritrade Network with Fast Market. Basil Chapman at noon with the Tiger Technicians Hour. Steve Rhodes hosts the Trader's Edge at 1 p.m. Dave White with the Power Trading Hour at 2 p.m. And Tom O'Brien closes out the day for the final hour of trading live from 3 till 4. Don't miss a second of our daily programming lineup. Tune in to Tiger TV every trading day live at TFNN.com. Educating investors.
This is TFNN, the Tiger Financial News Network. TFNN Headline News Update.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Thursday morning, 30 minutes into the trading day, and we got markets charging higher. Right now, S&P's up about 0.5%. That's 17 points in the green, trading at 34.17. We got the NASDAQ futures up 129 points, trading at 11,518. The Dow up 117 points, 28,092, and the Russell in the positive as well, up by about 15 points or about 1%, trading at 15.39. Got the gold contract contract up $17 at 19.72. Oil backing off a bit, off 21 cents at 37.84. And notes and bonds, we're getting a little bit of a lower price and higher yield. The 10-year right now trading at 139.09. The 30-year off 10 ticks at 175.13, and we'll jump over to the VIX this morning as the markets charge higher. The VIX just had a 27 handle, actually 28.02 right now, as we're about a half hour into trading. What else we have going on? We'll jump to the headline of the morning, you could say. Weekly jobless claims coming in. Initial claims 884,000. The market was looking for about 850,000. Continuing claims totaling 13.385 million, an actual increase of 93,000 from the previous week. Not what you want to see in terms of continuing claims actually increasing on a week-over-week basis, but nonetheless, the market takes that data and we trade higher. We'll zoom it in on where we were at about 8:30 in the morning. There we are. We were trading at about 33.90 in the S&Ps. We're a solid 30 points above that level right now. 34.19, right up where we were towards the end of the day yesterday in that market in the S&Ps. All right, jumping over to stocks with action. How about Restoration Hardware, folks? Up 25.7%, or $82 in the green, trading above 400 at 403. Flip. You got GameStop down about 12% on their earnings last night, trading at 645. Other stocks with action this morning, Peloton up about 4.7%. We'll jump around to some of the FANG stocks. Amazon up more than 2% today right now. Microsoft shares up about 0.5%. Apple shares up about 1.9%. Netflix shares up 0.9%. Stay tuned, folks. Should be an interesting day in the markets. Volatility coming in both directions, but we got green across the board right now. All the major indices in the green. Stay tuned, folks. Live programming all day at TFNN. We'll be right back in 3 minutes.